All right, I don't know if you feel this way, but a lot of times if you have a trip planned in the future, you're kind of motivated, looking forward to that, but maybe not everybody can afford to do that, So guess what? There are free attractions you can do local that can keep you motivated, and that's what we're talking about on Motivation Monday with leadership trainer, author, public speaker Pete Blank. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning, buddy. Good to see you as well.
Yeah, people are motivated by different things. And,
right.
There are ways that, depending on what your likes and dislikes are, you're motivated to enjoy some things locally.
Well, it's the beginning of June. It's summertime. It's summer vacations. And like you said, people get motivated by a trip to Florida or a trip to the beach. But what if you can't afford that or don't want to do that, or you're taking care of the grandkids or the kids? There's so many good things here locally for free.
Especially if you love history too, right?
Right. And so I wanted to share a couple things. And I really, have you ever walked around Sloss Furnaces by yourself? Yeah. It is just in town. It is free. It is open every day. And I just love that place. I love the history of it. I also love, have you been to the Negro Southern League Museum?
Absolutely.
A lot of history around there.
Yes.
And there's interactive activities that are there. And they just reopened the A.G. Gaston Motel down in the Civil Rights District. I think, and you have to correct me on this, whoever's watching, I think it's only Thursday through Sunday. So check that website, but they've got a brand new exhibit about A.G. Gaston down there. And for you to take kids and learn about him and what he did and the whole history of that hotel down there, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, because that was a place where people would go to. This was like a place. It was like a nice hotel.
Absolutely.
Back in those days when there was segregation.
When the segregation back in '63. So
that was huge, and a very important businessman locally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, but meanwhile, there's also some other neat things. I don't know if people are familiar with some of these other neat places.
Well, it's funny. Sometimes you think, well, I don't want to. If you got kids or grandkids, I don't want to learn about history this summer. I want the summer off. What about nature? What about nature?
I love
mean, we have so many great parks here. So when you think about Ruffner Mountain or Red Mountain or Turkey Creek or the Birmingham Botanical Gardens, like all of those places are free.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget there are other botanical gardens in cities around Alabama that charge you.
Yeah, this is true.
That charge you to go. Yeah. Which, I mean, that's not, I'm not placing a value judgment on that. I'm just saying it's good that we've got free things right here. So again, take your kids and grandkids out to experience nature this summer as well.
Yeah, and I actually recently went to the Moss Rock Preserve there in Hoover.
That's a great one as well.
So there's a nice little waterfall there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
For those who love art, though, I mean, we got plenty of that here.
When's the last time you've stepped foot in the Birmingham Museum of Art?
It's been a bit, but it looks beautiful.
It's beautiful, and my wife would be mad at me if I didn't mention. I believe they have the largest collection of Wedgwood china, like outside of England, and it is just amazing and beautiful, and it's free.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when you've got kids who are into art this summer, I mean, they may not know it, but there's so much there to see as well. And so I get motivated sometimes, even by my kids, to say, hey, let's go do that. I'm like, I don't want to go walk outside. I don't want to go to the museum. I don't want, and then when they get there, they're like, this place was cool. Yeah. This place was neat, and what can I motivate them to think about and become better doing? So much good stuff.
You just motivated me to go back. It's been a while since I've been.
Check it out, man. It's real easy.
I encourage you to get a curator, too, because they can explain the story behind some of the pieces.
Yes, absolutely.
Pete Blank, Motivation Monday. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Have a great summer, buddy.